obviously a lot of entertaining celebrities, but Norm Macdonald used to come on our show in the early days, and those were, I thought, great television because we never knew what was happening, and it was always teetering on the edge of, it was all about to blow up. It's all about to fail, and it would always end brilliantly. And then he stopped coming around, and it was just a period that passed. And I was always sad about that because I thought, we're a very celebrity-conscious age, and people always think that the best guests are the biggest celebrities. Sometimes, you know, the best guests are these people that you have a weird connection with, and it's compelling television. People see and they talk to me about it later on. Like, I'll be out in the world walking around, and people will say, "I saw that when when you were with Harlan, or when you were with Norm, or with Will, and that really got wild and crazy in a way that they don't see on television that much."
We're back, everybody. We're with a rehydrated Norm Macdonald. How you doing?
Good, man.
You know, I'm over here, yeah. You did the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
Oh, yeah,
I didn't catch the whole thing. I caught, I think, the second half of your act. This is a big tradition in Washington. The president speaks, and then they get a comedian to speak.
Yeah.
And you did a great job. You were really funny.
They have the president comes up and talks, and he has a lot of fun. He does jokes, you know. I didn't know that. I thought he'd just talk about the country and stuff like that. But he does jokes.
Yeah.
And then he kills, you know. He does great because he's the president, you know. And then you have to go on after him, after the president.
See, I did it one year, and I was the last guy, I think, who got to do it. I went first, and then the president spoke about issues and stuff, and it was much better that way.
Yeah.
But you had to follow him.
You had to follow the president, you know, and that's not good, you know. You ever hear that? There's an old show business maxim: never follow the leader of the free world. You know?
I know that one, yeah.
I can't even follow Carrot Top, you know? I'm trying to follow this character, you know?
You know, we have a photo of Carrot Top always on the ready. Don't we have a photo of Carrot Top, Liz?
Let's see, where is it?
Put it up, just so people can see Carrot Top.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, but how did, it went good. I saw some, you know.
Yeah.
It must have been an impressive event.
It was cool to meet the president, although he's always all crippled up now. He's got like...
That's not politically correct. He's all crippled up.
What do you call it?
He's just disabled.
Disabled,
at
yeah.
the moment.
He's handicapped.
There you go.
Actually, when you think about it, he's handicapped, and he's the president of the United States. He must have an unbelievable parking spot. When you think about it, you know? Look at him, right? He's got to be...
It's a short walk.
Yeah, it's very close to the building.
Uh-huh.
But, you know, when you have to... they made me do this. They made me screen my jokes with the Secret Service. You know those guys?
Yeah.
And so I had to give my jokes to Secret Service, and they were reading them, and they don't laugh, those guys, you know? They're not big laughers.
They didn't.
They're not risible. A guy told me that word. You know what that means?
I don't know who you are tonight. I don't know what that word is.
No, that word means, that's something for you to learn there. That word means easy to make laugh. Risible.
Risible.
Risible. Easy to make laugh.
Good, yeah. Okay, we wish we had some risible people in here tonight. Oh, yeah.
So
let's pack the audience with some risible people.
No, I don't blame them.
No, not at all. Why should you blame them?
So, no, they're good. They're good people.
They should have just gone crazy at crack whore.
But I'll tell you this about the Secret Service.
They have to learn a lot and come back.
I'll tell you this about the Secret Service.
Yes.
They have, I admire them because they have a tough job. Their job is to get shot. That's their job, getting shot in the belly.
Well, no, I think their job is, yeah, maybe that's a byproduct of their job.
No, that's their job.
Oh, really?
Yeah, their job's not just to hang around, listening in their ear things. Nobody cares about that. The president, he wants, if anybody wants to shoot him, he says to the guys, he goes, listen, instead of them shooting me, do you mind if they shoot you in the belly?
Do you think he talks to him like that? They have a little huddle before he goes somewhere?
Yeah. And man, I'm telling you, man, but it's scary because when I did my talk, they told me about the podium is like bulletproof and everything. The president has all, and before he goes into a room, they bring a bunch of dogs in to sniff out guns, you know? And it's like like if I was the president, holy God, I'd be scared the whole time.
Really?
You know?
Well, no, he's well protected.
No, but still, everybody wants to kill you. I mean, not everybody. Most people like you. You're the president.
Right.
But a lot of guys want to kill you.
I don't think that's necessarily true.
Oh, believe me, I was there.
And did you meet anybody, any heroes of yours? You meet any big celebrities?
Yeah, I met Larry Flint. He's not my hero, but he's a guy. He's a famous guy.
Sure, he's famous. He's well known.
Yeah, I enjoy meeting famous guys,
Sure.
you know. And he came out, he's in a wheelchair, and he talks like this. He goes, ah, and, he was, it's not his fault. It's not his fault.
No, I know.
He was shot. So he said, because I was in the movie The People Against Larry Flint.
Versus Larry. You were in the movie.
Yeah,
The People versus. That was a famous movie, and you're in it.
I was in it. I was one of the people that was versusing it.
Okay.
So I said to him, he said to me, hey, no, he's a good guy. He's a good guy. No, but this is what he said to me, Conan. He goes, hey, when you're in Los Angeles, you know, I told him I was coming to Los Angeles. He goes, when you're in Los Angeles, he goes, look me up. He goes, I'll take care of you.
Whenever people say that, you think, like, that means nothing, but coming from him.
Like, if my Uncle Phil told me that from Minneapolis, I'd think, if he went, hey, I'll take care of you when you come to Minneapolis, that means, like, I'll make you a nice chicken pot pie. You know? But Larry Flint, that means, you know, I'll get you a couple of hot, dirty broads, you know, and then while you're having sex with them, I'll come into my wheelchair. You know? Who knows what it means?
Okay. Well, Saturday Night Live, season finale. I should tell them about this.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
Jeff Goldblum, who you know as the... My God Almighty. Someone shot a gun.
No one shot a gun. It was the guitar feeding back.
The guitar? Oh.
Yeah. You're obsessed.
I don't know.
It was the guitar feeding back.
So Jeff Goldblum, the Fly, he's going to be there?
Yeah. He's many other stuff.
No, also the dinosaur. Let's keep going. Come on, hurry up.
And then Vogue. We gotta go. I'm gonna throw up. Norm Macdonald, everybody. Other people are coming up.
You know who I learned a little bit about that was Norm. And of course, Norm's a little crazy. But Norm, you know, a big host would come and we'd all get all hopped up. Like, okay, Rose is going to bring in big ratings. Let's get our AP. Where's my goat? I'm going to throw out a goat. And Norm would sit there in the pitch meeting. We'd all be dead serious. You know, Will would throw out, I'm going to do a cheerleader.
Right.
This one and that. And Norm would be like, yeah, I got a sketch ready. You know, you're going in your pants, you know? and you're just walking around, and you're like, yeah, I'm the guy with the in my pants, you know? I hate this guy. And you look at him like he was nuts, but he knew what he was doing.
Norm knew exactly. Listen, one of the single funniest things I've ever seen in my life is when he did Letterman, how quickly he would throw the sport coat off at the end of the sketch. Nothing made me laugh harder than Norm. Doing Letterman, and I said to him, what's with the sport? You know how Letterman, how ill at ease he is with show business. Yeah. Norm said, that's all I had at the beginning. The essence of it was his discomfort. I said, this guy's a freaking genius.
He is a genius. He would warm up the crowd. Now, when I would warm up the crowd, I would warm it up like I was playing the garden, and I wanted to teach everyone a lesson. If I'm cut from tonight, I want you to know I should have been on.
That I was a badass.
Yeah, I'd warm up the crowd, kill. Norm would go up behind me, and he'd go, hey, you know, Jim Brewer and these guys, he's got all these great impressions, you know. So I said, well, I better learn some impressions. So, are you guys all ready? This is my newest impression of these. I love it. Because here's Ed Sullivan. And I'm like, he's really going to do Ed Sullivan? Like, why would you? He goes, Ed Sullivan introducing the Beatles. And he goes, ladies and gentlemen, it's the Beatles. Well, I got to work on that one a little bit. I see you during the show.
He's got a little Andy Kaufman in him, Norm. He likes to frustrate, titillate a little, but then periodically he'll say something like, I feel sorry for the homeless guy's dog, because the dog's thinking, this is the longest walk I've ever been on.
Tough time.
They got homeless guys everywhere you look,
Yeah.
and that's tough. It breaks your heart,
Yeah.
And I seen one guy there the other day in New York, a homeless guy, had a dog with him,
Yeah.
and that's tough. Do you feel sorry for the dog, I mean,
Right.
the dog's not thrilled with the deal as he got a homeless guy,
Yeah.
and
It's bad enough when the dog doesn't have a house.
right now he's. He's going, hey, I can do this by myself. I don't need a goddamn,
Right.
It's like the longest walk in the world of the dog, He's just waiting.
Norm's hosting a sports show now, Jimbo, on Comedy Central.
Oh, that's dangerous. You and I both know that can be very.
Yeah, but that is a panel I volunteer for, because I want to be in the blast site of that when that goes off, because that is going to be a hoot.
Top story tonight, the NBA is rescheduling Chicago's playoff games around Oprah Winfrey's farewell show. Apparently, the Bulls are taking orders from the cows. Even more surprising than this, Michael Jordan's Hitler mustache. Have you seen these underwear ads? We have some breaking news to report here. This, just off the wire. Reuters News is reporting now that the Mike Tyson app has just raped another app.
Well, you know what? I like Norm Macdonald. Let's give him the money for the week.
I didn't even know he had a podcast.
Oh yeah, dude, Norm Macdonald. Did you see him on Conan telling that moth joke?
No.
Yeah, you got to see it.
No, I haven't.
Dude, you know how many comics out there don't give a fuck, but kind of still do. You have to kind of still do to eat. That guy
Norm
truly
doesn't. He's so fucking funny.
One of my best opening monologue jokes ever. Did you ever see? Remember that whole thing when he was doing Weekend Update and they told him to make it funnier. So he didn't. He just was more Norm the next week. So eventually, of course, he gets fired. So then, he goes off into the Hollywood world. He's got a TV show or a hit movie or some shit. So now they bring him back to guest host on SNL. And I'm going to butcher this, but he kind of came out. He's like, yeah, so, people know I got fired from this show. So now they got me back hosting, which means either I got a lot funnier or this show sucks. That's what he opened up with.
You're very kind. What's that? Oh, yeah, no, you're absolutely right. That is my name. When the people here asked me to do the show, I gotta say, I felt kind of weird. I don't know if you remember this, but I used to actually be on this show. I used to do the Weekend Update news routine. You remember that? And yeah. That's where I did the make-believe news jokes, That was me, right? So then, a year and a half ago, right, I had a sort of a disagreement with the management at the NBC. I wanted to keep my job, right? And they felt the exact opposite. So you see, they fired me because they said that I wasn't funny, Now, with most jobs, I could have had a hell of a lawsuit on my hands for that, but see, this is a comedy show. So they got me, you don't want. But now, this is the weird part, right? It's only a year and a half later, and now they asked me to host the show. So I wondered, I go, hey, wait a second here. Hey! I go, how did I go in a year and a half from being not funny enough to be even allowed in the building to being so funny that I'm now hosting the show? How did I suddenly get so damn funny? It was inexplicable to me, because a year and a half, let's face it, is not enough time for a dude to learn how to be funny. Then it occurred to me, I haven't gotten funnier. The show has gotten really bad. So yeah, I'm funny compared to, you know, well, you'll see later. But okay, so let's recap. The bad news is I'm still not funny. The good news is the show blows. All right, folks, we got a bad show for you tonight. Dr. Dre, Snoop Doggy Dogg, and Eminem are here. We'll be right